What's up, y'all? I am at the Texas Renaissance Fair. Once again, working in Sabersmith Sword Shop. And there have been a whole lot of customers wanting to know how to clean and maintain their swords. So this is for all those people. First thing, after you cut something with it, water bottles, fruit, whatever, there's going to be stuff on the blade. Take a clean rag, wipe the stuff of the blade off, water or whatever. Put you some oil on an oil rag. Once you put oil on the oil rag, never wash it, put it in a Ziploc bag, you want it saturated. Then to oil your blade, wipe, get the hilt. Not all sword companies make the hilts out of carbon steel, but we do, so they will rust, and the pommel. If rust starts forming anywhere on the blade, you can get PB Blaster. It will cut the rust. And then you take a Scotch-Brite pad, such as this. You can use steel wool if it is very bad rust. I have another video on my channel. You use wet to dry sandpaper and water. Start off with coarse grit and work to fine and just sand it down and get the rust off. There's also, I call it a rust remover pad. It's a spongy pad. Sand Flex hand block. At any hardware store, you spray your stuff on it. This is empty, but normally I'd spray some PB Blaster on there. Use a Scotch-Brite pad, buff it off. I don't have much rust on here, but it is some. See, there's some on the hilt right there, some there and here and on the edges. You get your sand block. If it's severe rust, PB Blaster or your Scotch-Brite pad, and just start buffing. You want to be sure to go with the grain. If you look and you see lines, go with the lines. If you go opposite the lines, it'll look all scratched up. But if you go with the grain, it'll just polish the blade basically and make it shinier. And get that rust spot right there. Sabersmith does make swords and knives with a temper colored blade. Blue, purple, gold, or black. Similar to that. You see the difference in blade color. If something like this rusts, spray the PB Blaster on it, leave it there for about 24 hours, and then wipe it off with a smooth rag. If you buff it off with one of these blocks or the Scotch-Brite pad, it will remove the coloring. Similar to this. If you can see, the blade is gold, but I had to buff rust out of that before I knew, and it took the color out. It's more of a gray than the gold. Yeah, if it's a colored blade like that, spray PB Blaster on it, leave it there for a day so it can cut through, and then wipe it off with a smooth rag. Like I said, if you buff it, you'll buff that coloring out. If you have to buff it, do not use one of these. Use a Scotch-Brite pad. This removes the color faster. But either one you do is going to remove the coloring. There's a good spot right there.
But what does it say? It's more like Sabersmith. That's awesome. You gotta love it's our battle ready steel wedding pool. That's 75 icon steel. And they all come with as well. So whatever you buy, you can wear. Because they can be used. So we want you to wear them.
Yeah, see, the lines are going up and down, so I don't want to go that way. I want to go up and down to match the grain. This basically acts like sandpaper and just sands it down a little bit. There's the spot I sanded down. I don't really have any rust on the blade, but if I did, on the edges, I'd go like that. And in the center, I'd go up and down. See, that's where that spot was there. As you can see, it's gone now. And then the rust on the pommel's gone. Got one spot there I need to get a little better. That's done. And once again, I'll get my oil rag, wipe down the pommel, wipe down the hilt, wipe down the blade. Oh, I missed a pretty major spot.
That being said, we don't want to wait till that time comes. Our online shop, everything is customizable. If you like one that you love, just love the color, you can go online shop and customize your own. It's like build the baby of yourself. Purple hills or whatever. Yeah, absolutely. If it wanted to fit your own needs, if you guys like it, grab your product. What you see here isn't all that we have. This is just what's left of our weekend. So online we have spears, we have flails, basically with great ears. It's not 6.5 pounds. Yeah, go ahead.
That one's a bit tough, so I'm going to the Scotch-Brite pad. I would use PB Blaster, but this bottle's out and we don't have another bottle.
The majority of these are 2 or 4 handed. Yeah, the This is our hand and a half. It can be used two-handed, but it's mainly for shield sword. You have enough of that handle to use it with one hand, but if your sword or shield,
And that's the spot.
enough handle to use it.
Still see some slight discoloration, but the rust spot is out. So we oil it again. You can oil the leather. It'll just keep the leather from drying out and cracking over time. And that's it. We're done. 10 minutes and I'm finished. That's it for today. I will see y'all on the next one. For those of y'all that come and buy Sabersmith swords, there is a serious lack of YouTube videos. So if y'all buy one, load some YouTube videos of you cutting water bottles so I can watch them. That's it. See y'all on the next one.